Yeah, so all dependencies updated. My app now is ready. So you can just do that by having this option here. You can just say you can use these either the Maven lifecycle for clean and then you clean install, or maybe use a command to run that. So I'll try first to launch my app. So this is the main class. So I'll try to run my main class in here. So I can right click this and just do run and see if first my app will launch before I try to do any other thing. So there we go. Big output, but I need to run this. Where is it? Let's do this, and then we can even run from here. I don't know why it's running the test file. Oh, okay. So because we are on test, so let me run this. So this is the main class. So I reduce this a bit. So to the size that I'm used to, so that at least you can see 100%. At least I can see everything well. Yeah, so after that, if I run that application, here we go. So it will tell us starting your servlet engine, Apache 11, Tomcat initialize at port 80, starting service Tomcat. Yeah, so it means our service is up and running on port 8080. So we'll just try that out. I try to put localhost of 127.0.0.8080 and just, yeah, so this is a good error. It means our service has a launch somewhere there. So we'll do just one endpoint and see how it works. I hope so, according to what we are following here on our AI. Yeah, so let's go. So after that, what do we do to do next? So next is we wanna configure the various routes on our application.yaml. So if you can see here, have our application.yaml. So this is very good in terms of readability. So it's not like using the application property, and then we'll continue. So first, let's configure our gateway routes. So I think this is the first gateway route. Let me see. Yeah, so these are the routes. So this one barely shows that this is the list of routes that you're having. So you're having two routes. To understand YAML and stuff, if you're a beginner, you can just go and check how YAML is formatted. We use indentations, and also to define dictionary, we use stuffs like this. And then to define a list, we'll use these small dashes here. So you can just read about that, about XML. You can still use AI to learn that. And then we have a default filters here. Let's see what it does. So I'll just copy this first, then I'll go to my app. So in my application, we have only this with the app name. This is the app name. So let's see if this one had the app name. So we didn't have the app name, but still we can add. But we have Spring, whatever. So we need first to create this file here, the application.yaml, and then replace it with application properties. So let me try that. So it's called what? Properties.yaml, application.yaml, application.yaml. So let's learn together, because I'm learning also. So I need to learn how to use YAML. So I'll paste everything in there. Then this is it. So what we are missing is just this Spring application name. So how this one works is, for example, in here, you can just pick that and then put it here and see. So let's see. Yeah, so even if I put, yeah, very nice. So this ID, because it supports YAML, so if I try to paste that, whatever I had in there, this one, whatever I had, so it will go automatically into the Spring dictionary, go into the application dictionary, and then set the name item to this one. So this is what it has done. So I've just Control V, and this is what it has done for me. Let me validate. So it's inside Spring. Inside Spring, we have application, and then inside application, we have the name. But now this is wrong. We don't have is equals here, so I'll need to use that and then remove this. So it has placed it in the correct place. So let's try and delete this and see if the project will still launch using now YAML. So I'll delete that, and then I'll control or rather rerun, Control Shift R or rerun, and see if this one breaks. I'll know that there's a problem in the YAML, but it doesn't. Very good. So it means my service is still up on port 8080. I can try to change the port to just confirm everything is working as expected. So I can say launch it in 8081. Then I reload to just see if Apache now, or if Tomcat will tell me it has launched in port 8081. Yeah, so there we go. We are on port 8081. Very nice. So I think we'll create some endpoints, but first let's see what AI is telling us. So in the main application class, you'll do something like, so this is the main. So this is our main application class. Nothing strange. I think this is the exact thing that we are having here on our main class. Yeah, nothing unique. So we'll leave that as that. Spring Boot application, remember it has this annotation. Then run and test. So start your gateway, blah, blah, blah. So you can use this Spring Boot run using the maven command. Access the microservice through the gateway. So you can do this, and then customers. Where are these customers coming from? Let me see. There's somewhere that we set the customers. Let me see. Oh, okay, I see. So whatever AI is telling us here is because we have these endpoints here. For example, it's assuming we have another service we have done here called customers, for example. So let's just try to access that and see what it will give us, because we don't have that service. So we just say this one dot customers. Oops, that broke. So it's supposed to be 8081 and then the path. So what it does here, I think it describes the customer service and then the order service. Okay, so when you go to customer service, it has these predicates, which gives their path to whichever service that we'll be calling next. So we'll use 8081.customers and then we'll see what it will say. So it's not 8080, we change this port to 8081 and then customers. I think this is a good response, meaning there's something which is up. But now on our gateway, let's see our logs. So nothing here. So, but I think we'll need to log something. So let me just see. So we'll create another service. Sorry for that. So we can't have this as 881 and still our service is running on 881. So we'll revert our gateway to use the main port 8080. Then the rest of the service now will give them a different services. So let's try again and see if we'll get this successful. So I'm using this, but you can use Postman or whichever other platform. So you see, if I don't have a project on that, it should give us this. But once we get some errors like this, it means it's calling the correct endpoint, only that we have not routed to an existing service. As I see here, there's an expected type not found status 404. So it's working, but we need to now create the second API so that it routes. Perfect. So I think we are in a good position. So that quickly. I think we used less than some few 40 minutes to do this. And I think you can really build amazing stuff using this gateway. But let's see what we can do next with it. So the capabilities, we have the main class, we have run this. So we need to do these to customers. Okay, that's okay. We'll do this service at least with some number of customers. Then add filters for security, logging, and rate limiting. So you can add global or per route filters like these. Okay, on the YAML. So you can say filter blah blah blah. Or in Java, we can just do custom route locator. So we just create a bin within the service and then do these custom routes. But I like what is there in the having it in the YAML or rather in the property file, because you can easily play around with it without touching or redeploying the service. So you can add global or per route filters. Okay, so you can have these filters, segment, whatever. So this one you can really analyze and see what it does. So that's it. You now have a basic Spring Boot gateway microservices up and running. So let's do something here. So let me do this. I have an auth service. So I'll launch it, an auth service that I created. Let me know in the comments if you want me also to show you how I created an auth service for JWT tokens. But let me use these filters. I don't know where to put them. So it's saying you can use add globally or per route filters like this one. So it means we can add it either in here as global param, I think so, or here probably, or within the, let me add it one by one. Also, we can do this. Let me add it on there. So let's see if the service will still run. Then now we test that. So I can create one auth service here. So I just copy this and then add one in the list. I'll just add one, router here. I'll call it MS auth service. Okay, and then I'll launch this out service in here. So let me launch this out service and then I take you through. So there's an out service here. Yeah, I think I have one here on my sandbox. So I can just add it here. And then now, because so this out service is there in the other tutorial, let me know if you want to have it also uploaded so that you can see how we created this out service. But definitely, or rather, this one just gives us we just run it and see. Let it update some indexing and stuff. But I'll go to first the application.yaml and then change my port to 8001. That's okay. We can use that port. I think it's free. So let me just try to run this service and then I will try to access it from the gateway. So in here, I'll try I'll try out one. I'll try out one. I'll try out one. Okay, so what's here? So we have a problem here. Postgres also, because we're using a DB, our Postgres will need to start it. So I have this loaded on Docker desktop. So I have my database, or rather Postgres database running on my Docker desktop. I'll show you that in a second. So here's my Docker desktop. So I'll just ensure that I start this service. Let me see. So I'll just start this container having, I don't know if it's using Rabbit, but let's just start this container with Postgres. So this one will run a local, so let me see which port is being used here. Complain, composer start like a, all right. So what I'll do, I'll just pick up on, let's start it from my own. Let me start it from a command and then we'll see. We'll run the DB, we fix the DB and then we continue. Then I'll check which service uses our port. So there's Postgres which is running. I think I have another Postgres server. So we just kill it. We just kill that process and then we see. So let me try to do sudo kill. Yeah, I think now it's killed. So let me see. Yeah, let's start the process. Let me now start Docker. Yeah, I think now it can start. Yeah, perfectly. Perfect. So we have our Postgres here up and running. So we can now try to reload our application, which was failing. So this is an out service. I'll just show you how that works in a bit. Instead of these, you guys have localhost and then the full see. Just try it out and then we see. That one will work. Yeah, seems alright. It works. So you don't really needed that. I think the other one was if I had deployed these on the same Docker container with the database, that's what I'll use that internal stuff. Yeah, so our app is up and running again. So we can try this sign up page and see what the feedback will be. Let me just see if I still have such a collection. Do a simple, let's create a folder and say this is MS Earth. Just try out some endpoints here from our service. So I'll just do a new HTTP request. Of course, this one will be a get from what we're having on our service. Let's just check. So in this service, we are having API/auth, the post, and then sign up. So I can try sign up, which is a post. So I can just say this localhost 8080. What is it running on? 81 or on yeah, so it's running on 8001. So I'll just use that here, 8001 out, and then sign up, and then this one needs to be a post, and then sure, I can submit this and see. So internal server error, request body missing public, whatever. So at least we know we are missing some items on the body. Let's see. Let's try to fix it. So we'll put the headers as we'll add some header items here, like content type. Let's just say content type application.json application as JSON is what I want. JSON. Yeah, that's okay. And then I come to the body, I say I need a JSON body. Then in here, I'm supposed to put some JSON. So let me see what is required here. So the sign up request requires this user. So it needs email, password, and full name. So I'll just pick that and say email. And then there's password. There's password. And then there's full name. So here in the email, I'll say this is YouTube learning at gmail.com. I hope this is the best format of having our thing beautifies the guys. Anyway, we can just try. Perfect. So our service went through, created some user. So we'll try to log in the same user. So let's first save this. Let's save this request of ours as so we just call this one sign up, and then we'll create another one and call it so duplicate this, and then I'll call it login. So with the same, I think what will change now is the sign up route. So the sign up route will come to the login route. Yeah, so also let me know if I can share these services with you. I can put it just somewhere. So here we'll have, I think, email and email and password, I think, if I'm not wrong. Let's try first and then we'll check. Internal server error, double quote expected. I think JSON has a problem. Then good. So here we are having our token. So having this same request, now we want to pass through the gateway and not here. So first, let's map out these two endpoints, and then we try them from our gateway. So I'll go here. I want to add the auth service route. So my route was looking like this. So this one will definitely go to 8081. So it's localhost 8081. And then after that, at least I know for the path, need to have API, then auth, then login or whatever. So instead of login, because I want to use this one list or one item to point to all my service, so I'll say anything to do with API, auth, and then whichever endpoint that I'll put, it will automatically map out to that service. So this one should work for us. So let's just rerun this service. And then now with the two running, this one running on port 8000, now we'll not call 8000. We'll try and call our gateway instead at 8080, which is running on this port 8080. So let's do that pretty quickly. So I'll just say gateway. I'll just make a copy of this. Just duplicate and say login gateway. And then I show you the difference. So gateway will have port 8080 because that's our gateway, and then it will route now for login. It will route it to login. So let's see if it's working. So it's saying not found, blah blah blah, not static API.